Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. We are back today, and we're specifically going to be talking about as you should know, more on the 2024 presidential election. The fact that we have made history. Donald Trump has made history. So, a lot of people will be like, what has he made history about this time? And a lot of people will think, it's so weird. It's not that big and not a big deal. It kind of is. Because Donald Trump is the very first president and a presidential winner to prevent the opposing candidate from seizing more counties in the said next election, which is this election. He is the first president since Kamala Harris, in other words, is the first nominee other than since Grover Cleveland, not to pick up or flip any counties in the said preceding election. It is embarrassing. Going back to 1932, you'll see let's just say look at 1928 for a minute right now. 1928, you'll know that is a red wave. Okay, red wave of 1928. You'll see clearly Herbert Hoover swept the country, winning 444 electoral votes. States carried 40. Al Smith, who was a Catholic, carried, as you know, 8 electoral votes. And because he was a Catholic, the Herbert Hoover campaign took advantage of that and really ran the anti-Catholic propaganda, anti-Catholic settlement. This, of course, stirred up lots of momentum amongst Protestants. And even amongst in the South, you'll see Herbert Hoover was very close to winning Alabama. So, of course, Herbert Hoover did very, very well county-wise. Look at this. Very well county-wise. And this was sort of the county results of the said 1928 landslide for Republicans. Now, let's take a look at 4 years later. Boy, things get wrong for Herbert Hoover. The Great Depression occurs, and as a result, Democrats are gaining momentum. They nominate Franklin D. Roosevelt, and despite having some socialist leanings with these social programs, etc., people were desperate, just like in this election, and they decided to nominate Roosevelt. Roosevelt was also painted as the most radical candidate and the most extreme candidate over Hoover. As many just said, Hoover was just neglectful and just overall neglectful and careless. And people would rather have an extreme candidate than a neglectful candidate, as you can see. But let's see. Herbert Hoover absolutely didn't flip anything, as you can clearly see. Yes, we should probably pull up that election, 1928. Yes, and looking at this election, yes, it was a complete flip, a marathon of flips for Democrats in 1932. See, it went from red winds. You'll see the South is respectively Republican, and along with northern Georgia. Tennessee was Republican, so was North Carolina. Florida was Republican. Texas voted Republican for the first time. Dallas was solid red. And then let's go 1932, 4 years later. Boom. Totally different ball game. Dallas is now voting Democrat by 80%. Alabama is pretty much gone. What you've seen from New York. Yes, you'll see there is Sullivan County right here. Roosevelt gained that county. Looking at, of course, California, Hoover's state of California. He came from California. There's California. Boom. He lost every single county except for Riverside County. And you would think, okay, President Hoover actually did very well carrying states like Pennsylvania, Delaware, Connecticut. Why can't he carry California? A state that he's actually from, and he absolutely failed on it. Well, I can tell you, there's shifts in different states. I mean, California stayed loyal to Roosevelt all the way through, although it was pretty close at some points of flipping to Republicans. An example being in 1948, Republicans were starting to gain some ground there. It was a very close race between Thomas E. Dewey and Harry S. Truman. But yes, the 1932 election, ever since then, there was no... every single president has, or candidate, has seemed to make gains for their party in some sort of election. I can make tons of examples. Harry S. Truman flipped counties that Roosevelt couldn't win in 1948. Let's see. Going through more unpopular presidencies. Oh, yeah, here's a good one. 1964 was a huge blue wave. All the way through, you'll see the counties carried by President Johnson. You'll see that Hubert Humphrey actually got to carry some counties that Johnson couldn't carry. Examples being the South, a area that Johnson really couldn't perform well. You'll see he carried some counties in Mississippi, and as you should know, Mississippi went all in, 87% for Goldwater, meaning that Johnson couldn't carry any county at all. So yes, you got 3 counties in the Black Belt going for Humphrey. But yes, I rest my case there. Even in most unpopular times, 1972, the landslide of 1972. After that, like, Richard Nixon probably carried the most counties than any other president in U.S. history. Like, look at this. Wow, it's a total sweep. But then again, of course, I should make myself known and clear. Ford actually carried some counties that that Nixon couldn't carry. What were their counties? Well, I have to pull up that list here. So let's see. 1972 United States presidential election. I'm sure there is a lot, because fact is that is the case. So looking at this compared to this, what did Ford actually carry? It's going to be hard to find, because out of everything, Carter went on a flipping marathon in 1976 for Dems, as you could clearly see. Oh, it's this county right here, Colorado. This county right here, that ended up going for Ford. And keep in mind, President Nixon couldn't carry this county. Ford actually ended up carrying that. Interestingly enough, you get those results. 1980, same deal. You got some counties that, of course, Jimmy Carter actually got to carry. Like, take a look at Maine, for example. This county right here, for blanking on the name, that holds Portland, that actually went to Jimmy Carter in Maine. Okay, even in his most unpopular times as president of the United States. Take 1988, for example. Okay, President Bush, the Vice President Bush, carried most of Texas. There's some in 1992. There's parts of Texas that he ended up carrying that he didn't carry in 1988. What were those counties, to be exact? Well, take a look at. There is one. I know there is. We're just going to put this one up. Okay. There is a county. I remember it. Oh, yes, it's this one right here. This county right here. That county went to Dukakis in 1988, but Bush flipped that county despite Clinton and Ross Perot canceling him out. He still successfully took that county somehow and some way. So, interestingly enough, hey, look, 2000. Democrats went on a picking up spree in 1996, right? 1996 was a great year for Dems. They carried, I want to believe, a majority of counties in the United States, or I know Dole ended up winning some. But even in that said year, Bush lost. I would say Al Gore carried some counties that his boss Bill Clinton couldn't carry. What are those counties to be exact? Oh, I got them. Here's the one that immediately comes into mind. Orange County, Florida, voted for Gore, but it didn't vote for Gore. It didn't vote for Clinton and Democrats in 1996. So I know you want me to get to the point. I get it. But you basically understand that, yes, ever since then, even under, in 2008, and I rest my case because in Pennsylvania, these counties down over here in the Appalachian Mountains used to be a part of Democrats. You'll see President Bush couldn't carry these counties. Well, John McCain did, even in the midst of GOP unpopularity. And just in the first time in 90 years, even under the unpopularity of the Biden administration, I actually thought that, you know what, history has proven, despite being unpopular, you can still carry and flip counties. Well, that was the case for Donald Trump. Donald Trump flipped counties in southern Texas right here, Kennedy County right here. That went to Hillary Clinton, along with this county by 60%. That went to Hillary Clinton also. So yeah, you get what I'm pointing. But in 2024, that wasn't the case. Even under a very unpopular Biden administration, what ended up happening was, Kamala Harris couldn't flip any counties. I mean, it was no surprises or anything. No surprises. And it was just horrible altogether. If that is the case, then we could project that North Pole Borough is Republican. I'm making that bet because they're already saying, hey, if this isn't true, the North Slope Borough would actually go to Harris if this wasn't true. But they're saying, hey, Harris didn't take back anything that Trump carried in 2020. In fact, Trump carried basically, he didn't gain some counties like in 2016. Give it to Harris. She did manage to hang on to this county. Good for you, I guess. She managed to hold on to Saratoga County. Counties that Trump carried in 2020. So, the fact is, you couldn't go on the offensive and take counties like Trump did in 2020, despite being the underdog, the unpopular one, the unpopular face. You couldn't do that. You're just so bad. You were just that bad of a candidate. And Kamala Harris was like the female version of Herbert Hoover. He couldn't go on and carry new counties. As you know, ever since before 2024, he was the only guy in history probably to fail to carry any new counties. And Kamala Harris, I get she's not running for re-election, or you could supposedly make the case because Kamala Harris is technically on the ticket. She is down below, and she's running under the behalf of Joe Biden, so you could make that claim, I guess. But guess what happened? She lost. She didn't even carry any new counties for her party. That said, counties like Bucks County which ended up going Republican. Let's see, we can go through all the counties. I'm not going to make this a huge thing, but she lost Kennebec County. She lost, let's take a look at New Hampshire. New Hampshire, she lost Sullivan County. I know Sullivan County was just in the Democrat camp, and they updated this map. They projected that Sullivan County is actually going to Trump. This is the county that he ended up carrying in 2016. Sure, she didn't carry this county, and if Trump would have flipped back this county down below, it would have looked exactly like 2016. But luckily for her, it doesn't look like that. It isn't going to look like that, but this is the projected map. what it's looking like. Vermont, oh my goodness, Vermont. She lost this county right up here. I'm blanking on that name, but that county sticked with Dems since 1992. 1992, I want to believe, or am I wrong? It might be 1996. But I thought, yes, Bill Clinton took that county in 1992. But yes, it was mind-boggling. The first time since... let's see, 1988. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Nope. That's the first time since 2002. 2000, because Bush carried that county. You'll see right here in 2000. He also carried Orleans down here. I think that's Orleans. I think this is Orange County. Orleans County. We'll just call it Orleans. But yes, Trump actually won that county. Romney couldn't win that county. McCain couldn't win that county, but Trump did. No counties in, of course, Massachusetts, but what else is to gain in Massachusetts? Nothing, because you have all the counties in Massachusetts. Same deal with Rhode Island. You could make the case that, Trump couldn't take that Kent County back in 2016. Well, Kent is winnable. I actually thought Kent would be more tossed up this time around. But then again, you got to expect higher turnout in presidential elections where all the Democrats there are going to show up. So I rest my case there. Connecticut, nothing really changed. Okay, she lost these two northern counties, Clinton County up here. She lost Broome County. She lost Nassau. She lost Rockland County in New York. Like, this is an absolute bloodbath for Democrats, like Trump said. I mean, Trump warned them, did they not? There's Monroe County, she ended up losing, Bucks County, Northampton County, and Erie County. We actually never even predicted that these two counties, Monroe and Bucks, would actually go Republican. Not even once in our analysis have we actually predicted that Monroe would go Republican. We actually had that state Democrat all the way. What a surprise. New Hampshire, it was a flip-a-thon. We got Cumberland County, Atlantic County. You got this county up here, Morris County. You got Passaic County. Those counties, along with this county right here, Gloucester County, they're going for Trump. What a surprise. Delaware, nothing new. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, Maryland. Okay. Trump retook these two counties, this one and this one, I want to believe. Yeah, these two counties ended up going for Biden, but that's not the case anymore. West Virginia, nothing really changes. Virginia, Donald Trump took Surrey County. We actually were very tossed up with Surrey. We knew that Surrey has lost a lot of African American. It used to be a part of the Black Belt, but now it's basically a little bit more Caucasian than usual. So we had that county go for Trump temporarily, then we flipped it back to Harris. But if we could have kept that back for Trump, I had a feeling that it would probably go to Trump. I can't necessarily take the credit. I can't really say I'm right because ultimately we predicted it would go to Harris, but it actually went to Trump. But yes, you'll see no real flips. I mean, she kept Virginia Beach. Good for you, I guess. But, I mean, Trump took Surrey County. He took Montgomery County. No, that's not Montgomery. That's St. Edwards County. St. Edward County. And along with Lynchburg. And what else? Absolutely brutal. Like, seriously. Unbelievable. North Carolina. Yeah, she kept New Hanover, but yeah, this is pretty much the result. She lost Hoke County, I want to believe that's called, Hoke. And she lost this county and this county up here. These three counties ended up going for Trump. It's not looking good for Harris. She ended up losing this county down below. That's the only county she lost, thankfully for her. This county right here was about to tip for Trump. But went to Biden at the end of the night. That county significantly went to Harris. Georgia, not only did Trump keep Berks County, He flipped Washington and Baldwin, I want to believe, and this county right here, which we actually never even had on our watch list. We just said, this county, I don't know. We predicted it would stay with Dems most of the time, but no, it's actually Trump's. So, yeah, you'll see Harris lost Miami-Dade. She lost, Pinellas. She lost Hillsborough. She lost Osceola. She lost Seminole. And she lost Duval County. Okay? She lost so much in what used to be a swing state. Now it's not. I mean, Nate Silver said this was a toss-up. What a joke. What an absolute cope. Okay, she lost this county right here. Blake and Marengo County. Yes, I'm remembering from the last video, that couple videos ago. Marengo County, she lost that. Used to be a part of the Black Belt. Not anymore, apparently. Same results from 4 years ago. At least she kept Tennessee. Kentucky, same results. Nothing really changes. Ohio, well, same results. Nothing really changes. She's doing good keeping results. She's not taking new counties, though. It's just shocking. She lost this county right up here. That's Tippecanoe County. I remember that because Tippecanoe, the Battle of Tippecanoe was right here. That's Tippecanoe County. Yes, that went to Biden, apparently, and that ended up going to Trump. What a joke you are. She kept Kent County. Good job, Harris. But you lost, a county Harris carried, and that's called Muskegon. And I know we saw it coming. It was going for Trump, but she held it for a couple times. But she also lost Saginaw County. Yeah, this is an absolute joke. People that said that Harris was going to sweep the convicted felon, seriously, guys. The prosecutor couldn't even flip any counties. Not one Trump county decided to go to Harris. That's bad. And they're already talking about Kamala Harris 2028. You gotta be kidding me. We were not meaning to call Kamala Harris incompetent to be mean. I don't like being mean. Just to be mean. I'm just telling the truth. Not trying to be mean. It's the truth. She's incompetent because she can't flip any counties. Even the worst of worst presidents, after Lyndon B. Johnson left office, you got his vice president, Hubert Humphrey, flipping counties and pulling out a much better result than Kamala Harris. You gotta be joking. What an absolute joke. But yes, you'll see Trump gained Sauk. And he gained, Sauk County for Trump. I think that's it, honestly. It's just Sauk. Sauk originally went to, and that's it, actually. That's kind of a bummer. I actually thought Greene County, Greene County would go for Trump. But maybe, let's see. They got county results. No, they don't yet. But they will be adding that very soon. Illinois. Okay. She lost this county up here and this county below. Yup, she couldn't even flip any new counties. McLean County, I want to believe. That was a Biden county. That used to be carried by Trump. Biden took it pretty easily. It's now a blue county. Hooray, says Kamala. She says, we kept a county from going back to Trump. Well, whatever. The fact is, you couldn't go on the offensive. Trump took back Warren County, which holds Vicksburg. Not only that, but these two counties also. This county is also a part of the Black Belt. Barely went to Trump. Yeah, these two counties right here. He also took this county right here, along with this county. I don't necessarily know their names. I can't know every single name of these counties. But yeah, he also took this county, also went to Biden. So that resulted to Trump winning 61% of the popular vote. The first time since Republican has got off the top in the 60s since, let's see, it's been years. I want to believe it was not even Bush. in 1988. Yeah, it was the first time since 1984 where a Republican got over 60% in Mississippi. They make Mississippi to be out in this big red state. Well, that's not the case because the African Americans, which tend to be very liberal in Mississippi, they end up making it much harder for Republicans to get over 60%. But seeing that African Americans really, really benefited and went to Trump in Mississippi, he ended up taking a lot. And he broke a record. Louisiana, same deal. Trump even took this county, breaking a 8-year stalemate. Not even 8 year. I want to say 12, not even 12. 12-year stalemate, I want to believe. 12-year stalemate, like the same results all the way through for Louisiana. Arkansas, we already talked about Arkansas. Trump took Dasha right here. Formerly a part of the Black Belt. It is still a part of the Black Belt, black majority, but that's going to Trump. She couldn't even take anything. Missouri, look at this. No real changes. There's this change in Iowa County. Scott County right here, as we projected, would go for Republicans. We were correct on that. In fact, this county right up here, tilting. Harris almost lost this county, which actually has a huge voting streak for Dems. Speaking of huge voting streak, I would like to project Carleton County, Minnesota, has voted Republican for the first time since 1928. 1928, when all this began. Carleton County, Roosevelt was the one that kept Carleton County a blue stronghold. While Donald Trump took that county pretty easily this time around, seeing that ever since Trump came along, this Carleton County has been technically labeled as a swing county, having Republicans won this county twice in the auditor and the attorney general races in 2022, 2 years ago. So we saw this coming, but we didn't see coming was Blue Earth County, which is Tampon Tim's county. He comes from Mankato, Minnesota, which is in Blue Earth County. That ended up voting against him. And apparently Blue Earth County is just humiliated. Not only that, but Nicollet County, right up here, neighboring Nicollet County, ended up voting against Tampon Tim also. Tampon Tim also has a good presence in Nicollet County. Then again, parts of Mankato is in Nicollet County, along with North Mankato. Absolutely. They ended up voting against Mr. Tampon also. Harris also lost Winona County. And although that's pretty much it, but yes, it was not good results for Kamala Harris in Minnesota, Tampon Tim state. Same results in North Dakota. South Dakota, she lost this county right here. Womp womp. That ended up going to Trump in 2016. He retook it in 2024. Same results in Nebraska. Looking at Kansas, she lost this county right here that Biden easily picked up, but it was kind of going for him. Same margins, it looks like, now it's 57%. Now a landslide in Kansas. But yes, it's gone. It's done. That county's gone. Oklahoma. She was hoping to flip Oklahoma City. She couldn't do that. This is so incompetent. Come on. Oklahoma County even voted Democrat in the Senate election in 2022. It's like Kamala Harris just ruined it all. She lost Southern Texas. We don't even need to go over the counties in Southern Texas. It's gone. She lost Southern Texas. Those counties voted for Biden by 60 to 70% in some counties. But now they're barely swinging for these 4 counties in Southern Texas, barely swinging for Kamala Harris. She lost Tarrant County. She lost this top county right up here. She lost this county here. She lost pretty much everything in Texas. Texas is a solid red state. It's done. All right, New Mexico. She lost this county. All we're doing is she lost. She managed to keep Garfield County, but she lost Pueblo County right here, as we talked about a couple videos ago. She lost that county, thanks to the Hispanic vote shifting to Trump. She also lost this county right here, which for a while has been pretty solid and good for going to Democrats. I think this is not Albany County. Is it Albany County? I don't know. I think it's Albany County, but this county, yeah, she barely lost it, but she shouldn't have lost it. It was becoming the second Teton County of Wyoming, basically. And people keep thinking this is where Cheyenne is. No, Cheyenne's right here in the 60 solid Republican county. It's actually a very, very conservative city. Montana, she lost Montana, all right. She lost this county and she lost this county. Wow. Yeah, she lost these two counties. And she lost in Idaho. She lost this county up here. Now that we saw that coming. Because that county just Trump couldn't win it in 2016, couldn't win in 2020, but he was making great improvements there, great movement towards him in 2020. But then in 2024, it shifts to Trump. Who would have known? Utah. Grand County still in favor for Democrats after, you would say, yeah, it did vote for Obama in 2008. It solidly voted for Romney because he's from Utah. And then it stayed with Trump in 2016. But if it wasn't for Evan McMullin, I guess, it probably would have gone back to Clinton. but I guess Clinton, McMullin spoiled Grand County there, but no real results in Arizona. There was a map. Let's see. They just called Arizona. Then again, AP, the last source, and we can officially project Arizona's gone Republican. But looking at that, Maricopa County doesn't really matter where it goes. And she's not gaining anything. A gain would be flipping, I don't know, probably this county right here. Or Yuma County would be more realistic, or just this county right up here. Nope, she couldn't do that. In fact, Trump is still leading in Maricopa County, and it looks like he's going to carry that county as it's 87% in. I don't know why they got rid of the map. I guess it's because of margins. You know, the margins are changing. I think they're making the maps too early, but you know what? I appreciate them making the maps because that means I could get a map on my thumbnail, and I actually look forward to doing that. Okay. Orange County flipped to Harris, and in trades for Riverside County. But is Orange actually it's not even called for Harris yet. Then again, 66% reporting. But the fact of the matter is, yeah, they're starting to they called this county up here. But the fact of the matter is, what I'm trying to say is she lost, let's see, she lost Riverside, duh. She lost San Bernardino, duh. She lost Inyo County, duh. She lost Fresno, duh. She also lost this county up here, and this county, and these three counties. This is her state. This is her state. And I mean, sure, I get and don't even, Joe Biden won the state by 63%. She's cracking 58% in California. Then again, I got a lot of Californians have been red pilled, especially in these Spanish areas, these Hispanic areas. They've been red pilled, guys. Let's not go into plain denial because of the communist California policies that are being imposed on them. That's the truth. But yeah, huge county loss in California. Her own state, by the way. She lost, apparently, yeah, we can project that. We had this county going for her all the way through. She lost, blanking on the name, Washoe County. Yes, that holds Reno. She lost that county. And it holds Reno, a huge city. And I mean, being near California, they would have some sort of comparison, and they don't even want to compare yourself to you. You're so disgraceful. She couldn't even flip this county up here. She couldn't flip this county. I mean, she could have had a chance to flip that county. I mean, it was barely going to Trump. Could have flipped it. Could have flipped that county too, right up here. She couldn't do that. Instead, she lost this county right here. That went to Trump. She kept Bend County, and that's all she cares about. Yeah, we get Bend. Well, here's the thing: you're just that bad, just that bad. You can't even carry this. Then again, another state bordered by California. Let's see. It looked like, guys, it actually looked like she would have carried this county for a little bit. This county for first half of the race, all the way through now. This county looked like it would go for her, Kamala Harris. It didn't. She lost that county, and that makes sense because yes, this county right here, 91% reporting. It's not going to her. Forget it. Yeah, this county right here, it's starting to look like what it looked like 2020. Nothing really changes. Womp womp. Although she did have made some improvements here, but she didn't carry it. She didn't carry it. She was carrying this one. It actually looked like she was going to flip a county. And even if she flipped one county off over 3,000 counties, that would still be bad. And she can't even flip one. What a disgrace. Yeah, I'm starting to feel bad for the Democrats. They absolutely did horrible. Yeah, like I said before, North Slope, there's no doubt about it. North Slope County. Yeah, Anchorage went. We are projecting that Anchorage is going to Trump. I mean, Anchorage barely went to Biden, probably by 2 points, and that resulted in Trump only getting 52.83. Okay, what's the margin for this? Trump, 10.6. Okay, now it's Trump plus 15 points. There is no way he didn't carry Anchorage. He carried Anchorage, and you know what else he carried? He carried North. He also carried North. I keep blanking on that. North Slope. I keep saying, I want to say North Pole or just Northborough. I'm not, we don't talk about Alaska that much, you know, and maybe in the future we will talk about Alaska because supposedly it was supposed to be a swing state, or like I've seen, like, I don't know. Let's Talk Elections, by the way, give him some love. I know he tried his best, but ideally, I'm not trying to be mean, but seriously, he did a good job. I know he's a Kamala Harris cheerleader, but I think he needs to kind of look at these polls more and kind of think, like, he's only making his audience more, like, setting his audience up for a big disappointment. And I think that's all what obviously happened. He had to go up and make a video on explaining why he was wrong. I don't think don't need to do that. I don't think why should you do that? I mean, you were wrong, and I don't think you should be apologizing, and basically this is what people are taking it as. You're apologizing for your prediction. No, you shouldn't have to apologize. I was wrong about I was wrong about the House of Representatives. Did I apologize? Absolutely not. That's what analysts do. I'm not saying he did. He probably didn't. He was just probably going into defense mode. I'm not going into defense mode about the House of Representatives because I'm not perfect. Okay? I'm not perfect. And he's been he's been an analyst as long as I have been. I started in 2022, and he probably started before 2020. But you get what I'm saying. This is in other words, yeah, this is what it's going to look like. If you guys are scratching your head and wondering, what's it looking like? It's looking like this. This is probably what the map's looking like. And it's probably what it's going to look like, because if Kamala Harris wins this borough, I think we had that borough go for Harris. But guess what? If that was the case, then guess what? We wouldn't be getting the news that Kamala Harris is the first presidential candidate to fail to flip any counties in an election. So obviously it's a Trump win. And finally, we don't need to go over Hawaii. We know how Hawaii votes. It votes every single county in Hawaii. votes the usual way. I mean, it doesn't even look like that one county right here even voted for her. Not, it has 6 people. Not even. I mean, then again, Kamala Harris campaigned as the person of color. Then again, half of Hawaii is dominated by people of color. I think every island of Hawaii is Indo-Pacific or Asian, except for Honolulu right over here. But yeah, this area for sure, 6 people. I wonder. You can't convince me they're all Caucasian. But yeah, and she lost. They didn't even go out and vote. And then again, in some elections, people from that county have merged with this county right over here because they're just so small. But then again, 6 people. And otherwise, I wouldn't be surprised if 6 people wouldn't get out of bed to vote for Kamala Harris. We'll talk about more of that election, by the way. But anyway, yeah, you get what I'm saying. A huge embarrassment. I don't know if they've released the county map. Did they? I mean, they haven't. They don't know the Alaska results yet. But I just told you the Alaska results. It's going to look like this. Bet me? I mean, I don't need to bet. Because I know I'm wrong. We already predicted that North Slope Borough would go for Harris. It didn't. It actually went for Trump. Otherwise, we wouldn't be getting this major news from outlets and Red Eagle Politics. He just did a video about this. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below. And as always, I will see you all in the next political episode.